We are many. Those that live beyond the veil of darkness where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the dead. Rot in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals in hope of harvest for my innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are incarnate paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. One day closer to the weekend, or as I like to call it, another shit day. Sure, happy it's Thursday. Sorry again, no show last night, but work calls. We're preparing some gear for Taylor Swift, and Sting. So yeah, it kind of takes precedence over this, but didn't work too late. But by the time I got home, it was just too late for a show. It would have put me way, way late, but that's another story. Been catching some comments for my post. Other paranormal investigators commenting on their page about other investigators saying certain things about the TV shows, which is what it is. I get what they're saying. It's dog eat dog world. It's do or die. If you got to cut some throats to get to it, you want that brass ring, you got to step on some toes. I get it, but also there's that little professional courtesy is you don't intentionally kill somebody's career. You don't go out of your way. Oh, by the way, you renew them, I walk. And I'll take my millions of viewers with me. That's dirty. But with everything going on, I haven't watched Dakota Layden's new video explaining what went on. I know he had to do it because of what Nick did. I'm going to watch that after the show. So don't spoil it for me. We're going to have some fun with this because if we're going to start, if I don't want to do that though. I don't want to start being that guy who's just going to start slashing away at teams. If I catch you faking evidence, believe me, I'm going to give credit on the stream and I'm going to exploit it on this show. Yeah, I don't care. That if you're faking evidence from here on out, if I see it, I'm going to call you out. I'm just going to flat out call you out. I'll give you credit on YouTube. Everybody. Well, we know Ghost Adventures is faking it. Ghost Hunters did for a while. There's so many teams out there that use questionable tactics investigating. Like I've talked about before, Teams show orbs, which is dust, 99.9% of the time, and just claiming it as evidence. And it's if you can't criticize them about it, because they'll remove you, they'll block you, and they'll just these people are just jealous so we can get evidence. No, we're not jealous that you can get evidence because it's not evidence. So from here on out, I'm gonna start calling teams out for faking it. I'm just gonna smear it. And you know what? We're gonna clip it and we're gonna share the shit out of it. I'll put it all over my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Even TikTok. And just have fun with it. But that being said, guys, we left off Tuesday, 55 minutes into Dead's GoPro in Death Row, getting through the audio. We've had 2 EVPs at 316 and 324. We are at 55 minutes. And we haven't had shit since those two. So we are 52 minutes since our last EVP. We have another hour to go through this GoPro. So let's try to get through that tonight. Then we'll get back to Dead's H3 VR tomorrow night. I'll check it out after the show, TM. I saw it in Discord. So I'll check out the spoofs and I'll check out the other one. So thank you for posting that. Now, the problem is, if I do share a lot of those videos or anything, I can't save the VOD. Which sucks because whether we get evidence or not, I want the count on YouTube. But I'm going to start sharing more of other paranormal shit onto my YouTube page. That way it might draw a little more traffic than just people who want to hear analyzing evidence. My phone's off so we don't get disturbed by that again. Try to keep reminding myself so we don't have to worry about ringtones. Fly mode. Put what on fly mode, TM? You kind of lost me there. YouTube. On mobile. On airplane mode. I never use airplane mode. I don't think I've ever once had it in airplane mode. Any phone I've ever had, for that matter. And I didn't know airplane mode turned off the ringer, so that's my little bit of useful knowledge for the day. I'm sorry we're not getting any freaking evidence. This is a little disheartening. It really is. Looks like we might have some birds chirping coming up here. Always exciting to hear birds. Not really, but we're pretending. If it's residual sounds, will it be there every night or random night? It depends. Uh, sometimes a little bit of each, and that's kind of really tough when you get into residual sounds. Is it all depends on the people that were there. If they did the same thing the same way every day, it's going to be every day. If they did it every so often over so many years, then it's going to be random. Kind of hard to determine on that one, though. It really is. Kind of even hard to give a true definition on that one. Like, I'll be honest, I've had residential investigations to where residual was every night. Then again, I've had investigations to where it's once a week. But they will not only live the same event again and again. Uh, it's not living. It's not reliving the same event. Residual is. I'm trying to think the best way to explain residual. Okay, you live in the same house for 50 years. You go to sleep every night. You wake up the next morning. You go downstairs. You make breakfast. Go back upstairs. You shit. You shower. You shave. You do it the same way every day for 50 years. That energy is imprinted on the environment. There's no intelligence or consciousness to it. It's just a energy that's imprinted because you did it so many times. It's like putting a tape on loop and it just plays the same song over and over again. There's no intelligence and no life to it whatsoever. It's just an energy that's trapped. But on the other side, there's theory on this one on suicides. Certain religions say if you commit suicide, you're trapped in the afterlife, reliving that over and over and over again, and that's your penance in life or in the afterlife, is to relive that last moments of you taking your own life, that dread, that fear, and just anything that goes with that. So, is that a residual? No. That would be intelligent because you are physically reliving that event. So, there's a little bit of a gray area there when it comes to suicides as opposed to events that happen the same way day after day after time. So that's about as easy as I think I can explain it. So basically with suicides, you're caught in a death loop to where it's that same over and over every day until the end of time. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to try to isolate I'm going to try to get rid of some of this traffic. Because this is actually a tad bit irritating tonight. We're going to go and do some reverb, take out the reverb, then we're going to go back and put the vocals back in. So this will take a minute. Special vocal enhancer, there we go. And we'll put one more in after that. Residual does not mean they die at the moment. No. Residual is just imprinted energy. There's no intelligence to it whatsoever. So basically, say I would just take a hammer and a piece of wood, and I just hammer it on air, constantly, nonstop for a year. That energy and that energy and that sound are going to be imprinted to the environment. It's not going to be me after it stops, or after I leave. It's going to be that energy that I dispersed into the environment. There's nothing. There's some spiritualness to it, yes, especially if you get Oh, that made it terrible. That made it very terrible. So there's no death about residual. Because if it's, like I said, if it's done every day the same way for in the same manner for 50 years, then that person moves away. That energy, because it was done so many days over a period of time, that energy is imprinted on the environment because it was recorded so many times. So it could be footsteps going up the stairs because it was done 10,000 times. So there's no haunting there. There's no paranormal activity. It's just an imprinted energy that may dissipate after time. Residual can go away. If that energy dissipates over, 100 years, it can fade away. But depending on the energy behind the person, it could be imprinted into the environment forever. And that's just my theory on it. I could be wrong. Somebody else could explain it different. Can we as living set energy in an object? I don't know if we could hear it because it's our own energy. That's a good question. I don't know. But right now, I'm putting energy into this ink pen. Just clicking it. I'm putting energy into this. So in a couple of years, if I do this enough, that energy is put into the environment. And the next person who lives in this house could say they hear the clicking of a pin. So no matter what we do, we're putting energy into the environment. As far as us hearing it, I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't think so. But that's a good question. Because I've actually read articles where people have gone back to houses that their parents passed away in like 30, 40, 50 years later. And there's been reports of energy like that. Could it be energy from their childhood or energy from their parents? Either or. I honestly can't give you a fair answer on that. I can only vaguely guess, but that's a good question. It's actually a damn good question. Hold on. Okay, birds, never mind. I'm gonna have to bring that up in a couple paranormal groups and see what people think. You got me thinking on that now. I don't know. Remember, we have one more section to go through as well. I forgot about that. If we can't put energy into an object, how can... If we can't put energy into object now, how can past humans do it when they lived? Like I said, we're putting energy into objects. Like I'm putting energy into this right now. You know, it's like, is somebody going to hear the pin clicking in 50 years? Maybe. But as far as us hearing our own residual energy, that's what I'm saying I don't know on. No matter what we do, we're creating energy right now. I'm creating energy talking to you right now. So 50 years from now, somebody else is living in this house. Every day at 6:30, they hear somebody talking for 2 hours. They're going to look into it. Why am I hearing talking for 2 hours and it goes away? Wait a minute, the guy who used to live here used to do a podcast. Could that be him, his residual energy that I'm hearing that's been on the environment for, 4 or 5 years? Because we've put a lot of passion into it. I've put a lot of energy into it. So it's very possible the next people in this house could very well hear talking, at 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. every single day. Might freak them out a bit, but it's possible. I just don't know much beyond that. Remember, everything is guesswork. Everything in this field is guess. I'm going to do that. That's just tires on the highway. Definitely not paranormal. Dang it. Lisa gave us something to listen to for a second. Just think, we have another 2 hours of this to go after this one. Birds. Yep. Birds, birds, and more birds. And we're going to have them for a little bit. Definitely part of it. Fucking birds. At least it's something other than traffic. Now, I could always turn off the camera and whisper stuff into the microphone and claim it was an EVP. But I'm not a television show. I won't do that. Oops. Definitely getting a lot of weird sounds coming out of Death Row. the Baggin, yeah. How you doing tonight, Duds? Nah, just had to turn it off to check a work email. Forgot to turn it back on. Oops. Just had some street tacos. Nice. Street tacos sound good. And again, I had tacos for dinner last night. Have any more Mexican food, I'm gonna wear a freaking sombrero on air. Start singing La Cucaracha. Just saying. I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten any more EVPs. Homemade. The girlfriend just slapped them together. Of course, she made a clip a coupon from Safeway for some freaking pizza pockets. What is that? Oh yeah, Little Gino's Pizza Rolls. Pizza pocket. Ugh. Pizza rolls were the bomb back in the day. Now they're just spawns of Satan. It's been an hour and 17 minutes since we've gotten an EVP. Night 2 is turning out to be a flop so far. Deleting coyotes on the girlfriend's farm as well as mine. Nice. It wants to make a rug out of a coyote. Nice. I'll tell you, today's interesting at work. I had to go down to Allegiant Stadium 3 times. dropping off and picking up gear for Taylor Swift. Yeah, you can see the enthusiasm on my face. I look any more enthused, I'm going to get Forrest Whitaker eye. Our warehouse is off Blue Diamond and Dean Martin. Then I just, as soon as I load up, down to Allegiant. Direct to concert site. And of course, security's there in full force, running the freaking dogs around the truck and the vans. It's like, oh shit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like the last time I went back today with the truck, yeah, I'm right next to literally right across the street from the TA. Our building is right behind the Rusty Spur. You know where the Bimbo Bread Factory is? We're right across the driveway. So you know right where it's at. Trying to find the Scoville units for you guys on this hot sauce to give you an idea. Yeah, the level 12 on this purebred idiot is 3 million Scoville units. Going down Dean Martin towards Mandalay Bay, yeah. CSI always kind of irritated me though. We're on the corner of Ann Road and Windmill. Okay, we're on the corner of Rainbow and Hollywood. It's like going, that's not possible. They did a shitload in CA and trying to pawn it off as Vegas. The fact when they were doing streets, they'd put them parallel or horizontal on opposite sides of town. The streets that never intersect. We're on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Eastern, and you're going, no, you're not. I'll drive right to where you're at. Two states that look nothing alike in that too. It's like, if you're going to do the show, you got to do it right. You got to make it to where even locals are going to be like, all right, I can buy this show. It's not just acting. You guys actually use the right locations with the wrong streets. Give me a flippin' break. I mean, Sequoia in Vegas, yeah, not happening. Not even any sequoias on Mount Charleston. Not in Nevada, sorry. Maybe up around outside Tahoe or something, maybe. Maybe in the Sierra Nevadas, maybe. But beyond that, no. Just no. Areas or maybe an EVP. And now just most of the streets right around the stadium, they're freaking under construction. So you got to go up, back, over, around, down 2 blocks, over, then go to the stadium. It's like, come on. I can take one street and drive right in, but nope, you got to make me drive 3 blocks out of the freaking way. I want to stay as far away from Las Vegas Boulevard as I can later this year when they do the F1 race. It's going to shut down a good 2 square miles. It's like, come the freak on. When a 3-mile drive takes 40 minutes. Yeah. That's no bullshit. But Vegas is weird like that. Vegas has always been funky like that. Especially when there's a freaking Raiders game going on. I ain't gonna lie, like, I work, 2 miles down the road? And when I have to go out when there's a football game going on, it takes me 45 minutes just to get out of the area, if not longer. Last time an F1 race took place in Vegas was at Caesars in the 70s, yes. And I still can't believe they're destroying that rotunda outside Caesars just so they can take the race down the strip to give them more room. That's still just, it irks me to no end. Destroying another piece of Vegas history for a race that's going to happen once. Cool thing though with the Sphere, they were doing the grid testing on it Tuesday. I had to go down to the Wynn Hotel to drop something off. Coming down Spring Mountain there, down the hill, and the Sphere is right there. I'm watching them do the grid test driving down the street. I cannot wait to see that thing in action. But Vegas doesn't keep any of its old buildings. Not really. Not since, when the Landmark went down, when the Dunes went down, when the El Rancho went down. They have to shut it all down to repave it. Yeah. They got to repave it just for the race. Because if they do it now, those cars are going to bottom out every 2 seconds, which I think would be funnier than shit, but what can you do? It's Vegas, entertainment. They have to do the same thing at Monaco every year. Like I said, I don't watch F1, so I don't really know. I remember watching IndyCar, Las Vegas Boulevard, when the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, when Dan Weldon died, hit the wall. They can't hold IndyCar at the Vegas track. It's not made for it. I think there's triplets for the tracks. It's Texas, Vegas, and I forget the other one. I thought it's not California. And it's owned by Burton. Something Burton. Fontana is very close to Vegas and Texas. I've gotten away from NASCAR. Occasionally I'll watch it. Usually, like now, I'll just watch it when I need to take a freaking nap. I'll put it on, I'll just fall asleep, wake up with like 20 laps to go. It's like, okay, I'm good. Now is when the fun's going to start. 20 to go, then they're starting to race. For about 3 years there, that's all I did was I lived and breathed NASCAR. Formula E. Never heard of that. No. Completely dead by the end of the race. Nice. Now I know there's speculation that they're going to try to take NASCAR to battery powered, like Teslas. It's F1 but electric cars. Okay, so yeah, they're trying to do that with NASCAR. It's like going, no, you better not take NASCAR to electric. You will lose every single fan. They go for the roar of the engines, not to hear a shh, shh, shh. You're gonna see a bunch of drunk rednecks storm the track. It's not gonna end well. .01% at the end. Nice. What are they gonna do if somebody freaking runs out of juice? They gonna pull them into the freaking pit and fucking put them on a fast charger for like 6 or 7 laps? Come on. It's like, really? Now, if there's a crash, you have to evacuate the track. It's like, come on. You realize how much toxic gas is dispelled when those batteries rupture? Will everybody in the track please disperse to the disperse outside the track? We have a battery spill and it's toxic. It's like, yeah, you need to leave the concourse right now. In a calmly manner. It's like, you can't do that. The cars weigh more, so if they hit the wall, you're going to hurt the driver even more. God forbid it'd be like Juan Pablo Montoya hitting the jet dryer on the speedway and then everything bursts into freaking flames. Just no. That'd be like taking NHRA to freaking battery powered. You imagine a 7,000 horsepower battery powered dragster? 7,000 horsepower battery powered. 0 to 600 in 2.8 seconds. Oh yeah, that was Juan Pablo for you. He's worse than Kyle Busch. Though I'd like to see Kyle Busch and Juan Pablo go at it. That would have been funny. Battle of the bitch. You're not far off. You're not far off. Oh, believe me, Dads, I've said worse. I've said worse on air. When I had my NASCAR show, I went after Kurt and Kyle. I went after them religiously. Even though they're Vegas locals, I could not help but just almost every show. Now, the problem is, I used to have a lot of respect for Kyle because when he used to run the bull ring, if he won the race, he would run up and down the grandstands thanking everybody for coming out. And if you've ever been out to the bull ring, you know how many people you can get in there. He would just run up and down. Don't know what changed him, but it wasn't for the good. I hate to say it, Dads, your past two recorders are not faring too well. We stopped on the H3VR. Actually, your last three recorders have not fared well. Your D8 in the law library, we only got 3 EVPs. Your H3VR, which we stopped to do the video, had 0. And the GoPro and Death Row, we've got 2. We went through this last year too with the other recorders, or the investigation 2. We went through a few dead ones, but I think it's ironic 3 in a row is like, hell with it. We're having fun with it. Day 2 was, but remember, we still have the rest of your H3VR, the H1, and let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9.5 recorders left to go on night 2. So that can change pretty damn fast. But yeah, day 2, we didn't have as much energy on night 2 as we did 3. At least we're getting an idea of where and where not to put recorders. So, and I've already got a little bit of a list. Execution viewing, execution door, last night's, death row, women's, culinary, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, showers, infirmary, and A, B, C, and D. We'll put one on each floor this year. So, and that should be most of the recorders. Then we'll have to determine where we're going to put the GoPros. Definitely GoPro execution viewing. Definitely in Neil Pitney's cell. Maybe up to Joseph Wright's one night. Definitely in culinary. Culinary is going to be a must this year. Just have to play it by ear and see what feeling we get from where. Excuse me, guys. My nose is itching something fierce. You need to let her go in with Susan to women's. Definitely have to have women go into women's. Because we really didn't get a lot in women's. When the men go in, they usually don't get much. But however you want to play it. You can leave her alone in women's and go down to culinary by yourself. Kind of just throw her to the lions. Just saying. And you can tell her it's my idea too. We can go up there with them. Yeah. Be like, oh, by the way, Brent says you get to go into women's by yourself. Yeah, I'm a jerk. What can you do? But now, at least you can understand now why I've always said I like to investigate alone. When you get too many people, it's just too much of a catastrophe. It gets too loud, too noisy, and too busy. It's like, that's why I'm going over here. Like I said, first year, Susan wasn't crazy about it. Second year, she's like, just go. You know where you're going. Where are you going to be, just in case we need to check on you. And last year, it's like, just go set up. Just come back when you're done. So you can see how once you get used to it, you get a little bit more freedom. But we have fun with it. That's pretty much it for section 1. Doing that, I don't know. Let's get the next section in here. No, I don't want to save it. Yeah, she's gonna want to check out the places, but she does get scared. She'll be fine. As long as you or I are there, she'll be fine. I ain't worried. Night 2, Part 2. Okay. Wait and let this load. Should take a minute. Get that out of there. We'll see if we get to go over to the other. I don't really want to go into the other prison. I just want to go to the other cemetery. Not saying too much, but nothing really. Nothing really excites me about the other prison yet. Like I said, they say it's more haunted than this one. I just want to go to the cemetery. Why? Couple of the graves. Okay, that might be enough. Yeah, deads. According to inmates and guards, that frickin' place is twice as haunted. So many reports of activity over there, it's not even funny. Perked you up a bit. You think it didn't me? It's like, we gonna get to investigate 2 prisons? That would take, I'd have to take a week. I would literally have to go for a week. Okay, I'll get 3 nights in each one. The paranormal hangover from that, I think, would be just stupid. It's bad enough after 3 days. Could you imagine 6? I mean, I doubt we're going to be able to do the other prison. I'll say that honestly. But 6 days in 2 prisons, 6 days in a row. Oh, paranormal, I'd need to check myself into a hospital just to rest for a couple days. You know, it's like, just give me some sleeping pills. How many? Just a bottle. Just give me like 10 of them. You'll sleep for a week. I need it. Just give me 10 sleeping pills and a diaper. Leave me be. Maybe some rubber sheets just in case. Maybe. We might have some activity on this one. Let me get this enhanced one more time. Looks like we might have a little bit in here. I want to get up to Bodie, though. Bodie's like near the top of my list right now. How long do I think it's going to take to renovate Warm Springs anyway? Probably a couple years. And my guess, yeah, it is Warm Springs Prison. Probably a couple years. It all depends on funding, too. It could be like, it's just going to cost too much. We're just not going to do it. Which the cool thing about that means, if they decide not to, that means there's facilities. There's toilets, there's showers. Which means people can sleep. Could you imagine doing honestly deads? No. The Nevada State Prison takes enough energy out of me as it is. It takes a lot. I couldn't imagine how much extra energy it'd take just to do the second one, to do Warm Springs. I'm afraid the ground doesn't bother me. It's the amount of energy it just take out of me. Grinch, how you doing tonight? I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Oh, at least 20 miles. You got to remember, it's probably a good 3/4 of a mile over to the other one, just walking. The route we took, it's probably half a mile. Let's say half a mile. Very sleepy. I feel you. We did 15 in one night. Yeah. We did probably 45 to 50 miles total in 3 days. In 4 days. Remember, we went to freaking up to Virginia City too. We went up to Virginia just to look around, and that's even more walking. Just saying, probably 50 miles. Now, I don't know if this is going to be somebody walking through or this is going to be traffic. Our luck, it's going to be traffic. Both. Damn street racers. Is it wrong saying I want to sit up on top of the prison with a sniper rifle and just aim at tires? Oh well, shit happens. I definitely want to spend more time up in Virginia City this year too. Even try to get up there early and somewhere and have breakfast if they got a little diner or something, cafe there. I want to even go up and have barbecue this year. Right around lunchtime and go to that barbecue place. That freaking barbecue place is amazing. Get a nice little dish of burnt ends. Oh yeah. Kind of bad that this last year though, we couldn't because Susan wanted us at the prison early. Yeah, can you guys come a little bit earlier? Fuck yeah, we can. Yeah, that's like offering somebody a winning lottery ticket. Do you want to come to the location early? Fucking A right, I do. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I got no problems here. Yeah, they're ending the day tours early, so come on down. We need to go back to the U.S. sub base again. Yeah. I just want to get up there and frickin' just see if I can get some connections into some of the buildings. I'm trying to get, because here in a couple weeks, gonna have a full team now, is try to get some of the team members up there. That's a sub place, yeah. Yes. And that sub place we ate at right across from the hotel, that wasn't bad either. Oh, that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, that U.S. Subs. Yeah, I remember. That's right. It was called U.S. Subs. It had the capicola and salami and something else. And you got the Red October. Gotta go get some more coffee. That coffee place, what that was, Dutch Brothers. Gonna have to definitely have a lot of coffee this year. Yeah, just go ahead and add like 6 shots of espresso to that. Better yet, you just got a needle and I'll just inject the caffeine into my veins. Dutch in the morning every morning. Uh-huh. For the free continental breakfast and loaded up on caffeine, and off we went into the freaking wilderness. Only thing I'm dreading again is going back up to Walmart and stocking up on batteries. So I remember the look on the lady's face, the cashier's face. Had like freaking over 100 batteries there on the counter. She's like, "You got some batteries, do you?" I'm going, "Yeah, I'm kind of investigating the prison tonight, and I need them for the recorders for 3 nights." It's like, yeah, it's like I got 2 recorders each, 2 recorders, or the recorders take 2 batteries each, and I've got 15 recorders. That's 100 batteries for 3 nights, not counting my flashlight. And the other one that takes AA's, yeah. The look on her face was priceless. I think this year if they ask, bring through their displays of Walmart. Yep. think this year's gonna be like, yeah, my girlfriend ran out of batteries for her toy, so I'm just gonna stock up for her. I'm just gonna find a way to make the cashier just blush. Yeah, her new toy takes about 35 AAAs. It's got a pull start on it, you know. Got it for her for Valentine's Day. And be like, you're sick. Thank you. She goes through batteries a lot. You won't understand. We are on toy 4. Just go ahead and get the toy with D-cell batteries and just be done with it. So far on night 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Night 2 so far, we've only got 43 EVPs. We're halfway through the recorders and we only have 43. And this year I'll have like 19. Figure 15 times 2, there's 30 times 3 nights. There's 90 freaking batteries right there. The basic 90. Then I got the double A's, my flashlight batteries. Yeah. So you're talking 100 batteries right there for well over 100 for 3 nights. I can't imagine what the maid thought when she cleaned out that trash can in the room to see 100 batteries sitting in the trash can. Oh my God, it must have been funny. What I'd like to do is find a cheap pair of those wire clamps. Get one of those cheap, like big flashlight brick batteries. Tie wires to it and leave the leads sitting on the table. Or a charged pair of nipple clamps and just leave it for the maid and have her go, "The fuck was going on in here?" But that's another story. We'll get to that on another show. Unfortunately, guys, we got absolutely bupkis for evidence tonight. We've got another 2 hours left to go on Dead's GoPro, the audio for Dead's GoPro, Night 2 in Death Row. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, at least we had the chat going. Much beyond that, kind of lackluster. And this is why I love having you guys to make the analyzing go so much smoother. Anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all take care. Thanks again.